Hi all, today we are going to learn AWS migration. How we can migrate a server from on-prem to cloud or cloud to cloud, and GCP to AWS and Azure to AWS. So we have different types of migration, but today we are going to do demo from cloud to cloud. In AWS same, but regions are different, region to region, and our source region is Sydney, and destination is Singapore. So my servers are in Sydney, and this is my source, and this is my destination. So from Sydney to Singapore, I am replicating the server and migrating the server. So this is my web server. Here I am running, and if I browse this is my site. My site is working fine. So after migration, this site should be run. That is our target. So this is my source, this is my destination. So how we can migrate this server from one place to another? For that we have steps, we have dedicated steps, we need to follow those steps. These are the pre-migration steps. Create an AWS Identity Access Management IAM users, and then we need to assign some replication agent permission policy to that users, and also we required access key and secret key for this user. Let's jump to first step. So this settings will be in where we can migrate this server, like a destination account. We need to do this. This is my Singapore. Go to IAM. In IAM console, we need to create one user here. The users. Yeah, already I have users. Let's add one more user, like a MGN agent installer. I want to just create a M user, and I'm putting custom password here, and this is also not required for me. I'm giving something random password here. Next, yeah. Here we do two things. First one, we can create the group and we can add the permission from the group, or else we can attach permissions directly for the user. Yes, we can give them administrator access as well as MGN related also we need to apply, like migration. Here migration agent policy, somewhere migration agent policy version 2, and migration full access. These are the three service mandatory. These are three permissions are mandatory. Next, create the user. Right? We successfully created the user. Now go to users. This is a MGN agent installer. Under MGN agent installer, we find security credentials. We required access key, secret key. That is why we are creating access key, secret key. Understand? And click next, like MGN agent. Yes, agent. Create access key. See, this is my access key, secret key. Download this file. We download it. first step is done. The next one is initialize application migrate service with the first time setup. Let's do this second one. Right, open another browser with Singapore region, MGN. In search bar you can type MGN, AWS migration service, AWS application migration service, MGN. This is our dashboard. Click on these three buttons. You will find here replication template. Under setting we find here replication template. Click on this. Service initialization. In order to use application migration service in this region, if you want to use this service, you must set up a service. So just click on setup service, nothing do anything here, just set up service. Automatically it will set up the services whatever you require. Nothing to do here. Yes, service is ready. What is that next one? Initializing the service automatically creates the replication setting template. Come here, you can see here replication template. So if you want to migrate the servers, we require one replication template. That replication template, it will automatically take subnet, it will take one instant type, it will take EBS, which type of EBS value, EBS encryption. So it will take automatically, right? This is a done. Third one, verify your network requirements in the replication setting template. Yes, verify that all things is there. Application migration service use this setting to create a EC2 instance that act as a replication servers between your servers and AWS. With the help of these settings, one EC2 instance will be created in backend. That instance act as a migration server. Okay, so after that, install AWS replication agent on your server. So we need to install one replication agent in my server. So for that I require an agent. So how we can generate that agent? Go to source server, in add server. So in which server you want to replicate, either Windows or Linux. Yeah, in Windows we have legacy option also is there, like a legacy Windows servers 2003 or 2008. So present I have only my Linux server, so I'm good to go Linux. So how many disks we need to replicate? All or only specific? Generally, if anyone replicate any server, they can replicate all disks, not any specific disk. So we choose replicate all disks. So here he required IAM access key for login cloud to source server. That is why we created that users. So under downloads you will find that migration installer access key secret key. This is my access key secret key. Take this access key secret key. Then download the installer using this command. Take this command, go to your source server, log in this server, yes, I am able to, and control clean the screen. Now create one directory, sudo mkdir AWS, jump to the directory AWS and cd AWS. Now sudo, right click on this, paste this command, whatever replication agent was provided. Now hit enter. The agent is downloading now. Here the agent is downloading. Now again go to your server and copy and input the command below line your source server. Copy this, go to your source server and paste it. This command will help you to install the replication agent. Click on this. See the agent of, see there is a permission error here, error number permission. So you must as a sudo su hyphen. Now I am in root user mkdir, again use same AWS cd AWS and now same, do the first step first here, duplicate command, paste it, agent again I'm downloading and copy this, paste it, hit enter. Now see the installation of a is started. So earlier we don't have that root privileges for this installation. That is why I switched to sudo su as a root user. Now it's downloading the AWS replication agent onto the source server and now installing AWS replication agent onto the source server. See, we done first one, configure the LAN settings and application migrate service in console, and now installation done. Fifth step is LAN setting is we need to do. So in a minute we can do this. Go to your server. Yeah. Now installing AWS replication agent onto the source server. It will take good time, guys. Meanwhile, see, replication is agent installation is completed. First it's download the replication agent, then it will install the replication agent, then syncs the source server with the application migration service console. It is also finished, right? Then the final command is the AWS replication agent was successfully installed. Now go to your console. Now come active source servers. See, here is my server. Here is my server. This is my server. This is my source server, means on-prem server. It is initiating now. So for that replication it will take time depending on your network speed. It will replicate block to block replication. So we done fourth one completed. Data replication status also now we can see. Hit refresh. In a minute you can see the initiating replication status. In a minute you can see it. The fifth one, configure the LAN settings in AWS migration service console. So go to fifth step, launch template. So once replication completed, if you want to launch this server, you require some configuration like how much in RAM and CPU you required, in which security group we need to use, and what kind of hard disk like a GP3 or iOS we need to set here in launch template. Click on launch template. One more will open here. See, general launch settings, instance type, right sizing it is on. Now we should off, we can choose our instance type. Where is it? One minute. Edit. That should be off. No. And here save template. Now go to your source server, click on this server. Here we require, like, this is my server information. Total my server storage is 8 GB. Now it is initial replication progress is 0%. It will take time. See, now it's downloading replication software. Now it's trying to create the staging disk. It is attaching the disk and then pair application. These are the backend steps, guys. MGN will do automatic all these tasks. See, first it's trying to create one security group, then it's launch replication server, then boot replication server, and authenticate with service. We provided that authenticate with service, right? We provide access key, secret key, then download the replication software. It's creating the staging disk and it attach it. Now in EC2 we can find that server. In EC2, in Singapore region, go to EC2 service. Go to instance. See, here one service is the AWS replication migration service. AWS application migration service replication server. So we first did set up the service, right? There we choose T3 small, and based on that setup service it will launch one replication service. So here also we did same things, attaching the disk, pay replication servers, replication agent, connect with replication agent. Then after all these steps we'll start the data transfer from source to here. See, initial syncs is 11 minutes left. In 11 minutes replication will be completed. Now data transfer started, 15% completed. So it will take around 11 to 10 to 15 minutes. So after that we can connect back, guys. Then see, initial replication is 100% completed. Now it's trying to create the snapshot for the backup purpose. So for that it will take time. We'll connect back. Yes. Now see, it is replication completed. Now it is for ready for testing and its status also healthy. Its last snapshot was taken 3 minutes ago. See, now we configure launch settings first in service console, then we can launch the test instance. Now click on this server, go to launch settings. Under here general launch settings, click on edit. We can provide the instance type. So save settings. Now come down here, edit launch template. So now AWS is saying, hey, you need to use this C5 large servers. No, I don't want to use this. Now go to modify, click on modify, give the launch template name. Yes, my template name is web server, and scroll down. I have OS, not required. Instead of C5 large, this is for testing purpose. I'll go with T2 micro in real times. based on client requirement, you can select that instance. Now key pair, yeah, if you want you can select, otherwise you can go without key pair also. If you have username password, or else you can create new key pair. I'm creating web key pair. Real time we are not going to create any key pair, guys, because already username password set it in server. Now in which subnet you want to launch, in which subnet, yeah, we have different types of subnet. I'll go with first one. In real time scenarios you will find private subnet, public subnet, you will find security group. Yes, if you want to go with default, or else you can create new security group. This is a web -sg web security group, and scroll down and you can set it inbound security rule. Add security group rule. First rule, sorry, custom TCP. Here you can select HTTP. HTTP, and service type is anywhere we can. And next add one more rule. This is for SSH. For login purpose we use this service anywhere. Then advanced network configuration. Here by default auto assign public IP is disabled. If you are in private network, this service will help. If you are in public network, you should enable. That's it. Here come down, here storage volume, we have 8 GB storage volume. And here you can set this delete on termination. When you terminate the server, this disk should be automatically terminated. Encrypted, yeah, if you have any encryption key you can encrypt. Select default EBS volume encrypted and come down. You can give the tags name, so what is the service, and give the add. And I'm giving OU. Which OU? This is a staging. Instead of OU you can give environment, and this environment in test environment, or you can give staging anyone. And these tags will assign to volumes and network interface. And go to advanced details. Termination protection should be enable. Where is it? Termination protection. Yes. Now create template version. What happened? Everything is good, right? Is any mistake here? Key pair and subnet security group and HTTP. What is that rule 1? Oh, this is a error. Anyway, remove this better. We have 2 rules. Now create template version. Yeah, my launch template is ready. Click on this template. Now come here. Still it is C5 large. Now go to template, go to action, set default version for this template. What is the default version earlier? It's default, this is, but my version is web server. So click on this web server, set as default version. Now come here, it will change T2 macro, security group ID, and subnet, public IP, everything is ready. What is the next step? We need to launch the test instance, verify the cutover instance launch as expected. Now come to source server, active source server. Now my source server is healthy. Guys, in this state, if you have server, your server will be installed or lagging, you please don't launch test instance. When you are healthy that instant, then you can launch. So click on the server, go to test and cutover, launch test instance. You are about launch instance over one server. The test instance will be launched according to launch setting you have configured for them. We configured one template, right? Based on this template, your server will be launched. Okay, click on this launch, view job details, come down. First job was started, then it started taking snapshots, right? And it is also, it will take around 10 to 15 minutes, guys. We'll connect back. Yeah, see guys, the job was started, it's taking snapshot, then conversion will started. So for that conversion, we replication agent will launch one server here. This is a server, this is a conversion server. It will take M4 launch. Automatic MGN will install this server and it will terminate, automatic terminated when replication complete, when migration completed. Now come here, conversion started and conversion ended. Then it started launching test instance and it successfully launched EC2 cutover instance. Job is done here. Now come in EC2 instance. Now hit refresh. The EC2 instance successfully launched. This is instance from my Sydney region server, not in, this is not in Singapore, this is Sydney region server. Come here in Sydney, I'll show you. In Sydney region, see the web server T2 Micro, and the same server I migrate in Singapore region with this host name 172.31.9.71. Can you see 172.31.9.71? See the host name. This is a host name. IP name 172.30.9.71. IP 172. This is a Sydney region. So in Sydney, my website is working fine. This is my Sydney region server. My website is working perfectly. But after migration, after lift and shift, this website should work automatically. Now come here, take this public IP and paste it here. If your website is working fine, then your migration successfully completed. Here we are using test instance, that is why it's coming in a minute, but in real time scenarios it will take days of time, months of time. It will take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, based on your application. So from here I'm good, excellent, my job is done here. So launch test instance and verify the cutover instance launch as expected. Yes. So note, the initial synchronize must be completed before you can run launch test instance. So after that, these are the migration steps. Launch the target cutover instance. So we done that. Then here the note, before launch the cutover instance, make sure the source server are ready for cutover under migration lifecycle and healthy under the data replication status. This is the mandatory, guys. This sentence is very mandatory. Before going to launch any server, your server should be healthy, right? So in real-time scenarios, after launching this cutover instance, test instance, we are hand over to concerned team like application team, and we have other teams. After testing completed, we need to launch finalized cutover instance. How we can do that? Now go to your test instance, go to action, If you want to launch finalized cutover instance, this instance termination production should be disabled. It is enabled. Now you can disable this. Save. After testing completed, now go to your source server. Your source server is launched and healthy. And under migration lifecycle, test server in progress. But our target is this server should be launched finalized cutover instance. So click on this server, go to test and cutover. Now mark as ready for cutover. When you mark as ready for cutover, your existing server will be terminated automatically. Continue. View job details. Job started, cleanup started. Now go to your EC2 instance, hit refresh. This server will be terminated automatically. In this server, one more new server will come in a minute. So for that we need to do one more setting. Hit refresh. After terminate, see, cleanup started. So this finalized cutover will be in real time. We'll do in after launching test instance. It will take 1 month or 2 months based on your application testing. Then we do finalized cutover. Not in immediately, but here we are just testing. That is why we are doing continuously. But in real time, it will take around 2 to 3 months based on your application testing. Server shutting down. Now it will take in a minute, guys. In a minute it will also complete it. See, cleanup started, cleanup ended, job is complete. Now go to EC2 instance, see the server. Your server is terminated. So in this server, in this place, we need to launch one more new server. How we can launch? Go to your source server, select your server. Already we done this, mark as ready for cutover. Now launch cutover instance. If you face any if you are facing any issues with the launch cutover instance, happily you can ready for testing, revert to ready for testing. Now launch cutover instance. This is the option will launch one more finalized instance. Now the instance will be launched according to launch settings. We already earlier we configured that launch step. Based on that template, we will launch one more server. Now job details. Again it will take snapshot, and again it will take same job it will run. So it will also take time. Yes, guys. See, the cutover instance is launched successfully. Now go to EC2 instance, refresh. See, again one more conversion server will launched and it will terminated. Now select this server, click on this public IP. Sorry. Hit refresh. Yeah, too bad to check past. Click on the public IP. I was taking wrong IP there. Yes, your website is running perfectly. There is no issue with this. Earlier I was taking this replication agent public IP. So from here your migration job is completed. Now go to source server. We need to remove this server from console. How we can? Before going to do this, your instance, your EC2 server must be termination protection is enabled. Yes, by default it's enabled, but once you check, again you recheck. Now go to the source server name, select your server, finalize cutover. When you click on this instance, okay, your this action can't be revised. Okay, your server will disconnect from the source server. Finalize. Your cutover is completed and data replication status is disconnected. Your server is disconnected from the source server, here to source server. After this, click on this again, this server, go to action, mark as archived, mark as archived. After do finalize cutover, we go to this, mark as archived, gone. Now your source server disconnected from the replication agent, disconnected from the AWS, your on-prem server. Your server still is running here. In this way we can migrate the source server from on-prem to AWS cloud or any cloud to cloud. I hope you guys are understood. We can meet again tomorrow for the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.